What's up? What's up? What's up? If you are new to the channel, please consider hitting subscribe, joining the channel, tapping the notification bell. Every time we drop some new fire content, you'll be the first to know. Also, if you like what you see and hear on these videos, smash the thumbs up. That's the only way I know that this content that I'm putting out is actually helping you. So let me know. And if you're a new subscriber, let me know in the comments. I will definitely shout you out. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the community, the Middleman CEO community. I'm Sean John, aka the Middleman CEO. Yes, I teach you how to start a middleman business from your phone. If that's something you want to learn more about because you're tired of the 9 to 5, you know AI is coming for your job, like most of you do, especially if you watch this channel, and you want to get prepared, you want to be proactive, you want to be ahead of every change that's coming and take advantage of every opportunity and learn how to make money from your phone, not just scrolling the internet, but actually using it to make revenue. If you want to learn how to do that, and I make it pretty easy, working about 1 hour a week, I teach you how to do it. And all you have to do is put the word middleman in the comments below, or just click the link in the video description below to get that free training. And I'm going to be doing a live training. I do not get to do a lot of them. So if you're interested in getting into the live training, then put the word middleman in the comments below. You'll get that link. If you do not get the link, we are full, so move quickly. And today you guys saw the thumbnail. That's why you clicked on this video. But today we're going to talk about how the rich play the game differently. Because I got news for you. You're not going to be here forever. And as soon as you learn that, and as soon as you accept that, you're going to understand that everything you want to do in this life, you need to be about doing it right now. You need to start doing it right now. You need to be working on that thing right now, because you're not going to be here forever. Neither am I. That's why I do everything with a sense of urgency, because I'm just trying to get the most out of this life. So the faster you understand that, the faster you'll understand that getting rich quick is not a scheme. You better get rich quickly, because again, you're not going to be here long enough to get rich slowly. In fact, you find people that are making money slowly, those are the most miserable people. It might include you, and one day it was me. So I don't want to make money slowly. I want to make money quickly. So we're going to talk about how the rich play the game differently. And so should you, right? So we're gonna expose the lies that's keeping the poor and middle class trapped. Yes, lies. And how the middleman CEO business model unlocks your time freedom as well as your wealth freedom. And so we're going to talk about that today in this short video. So let's go ahead and get into it. Again, probably one of the most important things I always say on my videos as much as possible is you're not going to be here forever. You need to enjoy this life as much as you can now. So listen, if you're poor or middle class, I got news for you. It ain't your fault. Bad grammar, good teaching. It's not your fault. But if you stay that way, now that's your fault, because it's your responsibility now, especially if you've been made aware. So see, the problem isn't just money. Most people think the problem is just money, but it's not. The problem is the game you're playing and the rules that you were taught to follow, that I say in my videos no longer apply after 2020. What happened in 2020? COVID changed everything. Not so much the pandemic, but what happened to the economy around the pandemic, including the printing or borrowing, but I'll call it printing of, I want to say maybe 8 trillion. Yes, TRI, trillion, not Billy, not Millie. $1 trillion printed. Well, what did that do? Well, did you get any? No, I didn't get any either. But where did the money go? It went into the economy and did what? Drove the cost of everything up. Started right there. Well, it didn't start right there. It started with, it started in 1971 when Richard Nixon, was it Richard Nixon? Maybe Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. That meant we don't have to be accountable for the dollars we print. Start the printer. And now America is a debtor nation. Robert Kiyosaki is right. It's a debtor nation. The whole entire economy is built on debt. If you don't believe me, then why do you think that the interest rates are so important? Because that's the cost of money. That's the cost of debt. So we're not going to cover everything today, just some good stuff. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, or if you have a different take. I'd love to hear it. So, but because you're working for a paycheck, you're very, very limited. So besides you're selling time for money, it takes away your freedom because your time is your freedom. The rich are playing a completely different game. And once I show you how they play and how you can start today, you'll never go back. So, and you'll never want to go back. So let's talk about it. So the poor and the middle class, first thing we're going to talk about is the mind trap, or the mind trap, I should say, of the poor and middle class. And uh, by the way, guys, I'm on a diet. I'm trying to drop some weight. I'm about 195 pounds now. I'm trying to get down to about 180. So if you start noticing that, no, I'm not sick. I'm just really working hard to lose some weight because I want to look good and feel good for my beautiful, sexy wife. And so I can take her out and show her off more. So side note. But anyway, let's get into it. So the poor and middle class mindset trap, what I call the mindset trap. By the way, if you want to get, how can I say it? Because a lot of the things I talk about financial, I'm going to write them in a book. If you want to get a copy of that book that I'm going to put out, just put the word book in the comments and you can get on the list to get pre-orders. So the mindset trap. What's the mindset trap? Well, some things you were taught that applied then, but does not apply now, right? And let's talk about it. Well, go to school. Let me know if this is familiar. You need to go to school. And then when you get to school, you need to get good grades. By the way, I never got good grades. My family used to hang D's on the refrigerator. That's how bad it was. And if you get good grades, you'll get one of these things called a safe, secure job. You got it, just over broke. And if you work really, really hard on that job, you're probably going to get a raise or a promotion. And if you get a raise or promotion, I want you to start saving your money. Bad idea. Saving, again, I've said it on many videos. I say it again, saving money and buying a house, probably two of the worst things you could do today. And if you save a bunch of money, then you can retire at 65 and live off whatever's left. Okay, but guess what? Guess what? You don't own your time. Nope. You don't own your income. You don't own your future. You trade hours for dollars. You work harder to make less. And when inflation rises, your paycheck does not. I tell people all the time, your paycheck does not tell the whole story. Sure, you still make $50,000 a year, but you're looking at the number on your paycheck. You're looking at the quantity on your paycheck and not the quality. Sure, it's still 50 grand a year, but how much does it buy? A whole lot less now, I know. So that's inflation. That's why you have to beat it. But also that's the employee mindset. And that's why you left behind. And if you stay in it, you'll be underpaid, overworked, and burnt out in no time. Meanwhile, the rich do what? Buy assets, build systems like the middleman business. They control leverage, not labor. You guys sell labor you sell your time to make money. The rich use money to buy back time. See the difference? Right? Time's not important to you. You sell it. Time's important to the rich. They buy it back. I don't want to work your job. I'll build a business, hire you, buy your time, and I'll go to the beach. The poor chase income. The rich chase infrastructure and systems. By the way, if you learn anything on this channel, if you don't mind, share with at least one person like you who could use this information. The poor focus on how much can I earn? While the rich, they ask, how many people can I serve without being there? So you guys watch the channel, you know I have a middleman business called Quote Buddy. I don't necessarily do anything in Quote Buddy. It's just a middleman business that runs by itself. We also have a middleman moving business called Book and Move, and we're recording the journey so you guys can see the journey and how to really set this thing up from beginning to end and how it really makes money without you having to do much of anything. Just manage it, just CEO. That's why it's called Middleman CEO. And these systems make money without us having to have jobs. Even if it makes you $10,000 a month, sure, that's not going to make you rich, but that as long as your bills are less than $10,000 a month, guess who doesn't need a job? You. So different game, different mindset. So why behavior follows belief? Because I'm very big on, look, whatever you believe, your behavior is going to say it. You could say, I'm a good guy, but your behavior says something else. Not so much true. So, all right, I have a 5-year-old son. Let me give you an example I could give to him. If I believe I'm a cow, this is a childlike example, and I love childlike explanations because sometimes I can't comprehend, right? So if I believe I'm a cow, I'll eat grass and moo all day. If I believe I'm a lion, I'll hunt like a king, right? So if you believe money is hard to make, you'll always hustle just to get a few crumbs. You'll say things like, money doesn't grow on trees. By the way, it actually does. The paper, the whole thing. All right, I'll leave you at that. I don't want to drive you nuts, okay? But you'll say things like money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, or I just need a little bit to survive. I want to make ends meet. I just want to be comfortable. Those are all poor beliefs, and it comes out in your words. Don't say those things. Listen, behavior follows belief. And as long as you do that, you're going to behave the way you believe. So if you want to change your habits, you first must change your head. Mindset comes before the money. Change your head, change your habits. So your bank account is like a thermometer, right? Or like a thermostat. It reflects your internal belief system when it comes to money. Your poor mindset produces survival behavior. I got to survive. I just have to get enough. I know I've done it. Middle class mindset produces comfort behavior. I just want to take a vacation, go to work, come home. I just want to be comfortable. But a wealthy mindset produces investment behavior. You can't behave rich while you think you're poor. If you think poor, there's no way you're going to behave rich. So let's talk about how the rich actually play the game, as opposed to get good grades, go to school, get a job, 401k, save for retirement. That stuff's dead on arrival. It's DOA. And if you think that way now, you're in for a rude awakening. So the rich play the game differently, right? So the rich play the game like this. They don't trade time for money. They own systems that make money, whether they work or not. So my middleman moving system, or Quote Buddy, my middleman quote system, it's going to make money whether I'm recording this video or whether I'm eating at McDonald's. It does not matter. It still makes money. It does not require me. When I had a job, I'd have to leave the house, go work the job, and wait to get paid. But with the middleman system, you actually get paid before the job is even done, but we're not going to talk about that. Be in the class so you can see that. So the rich don't trade time for money. They own systems that make money. They build teams to do the things they don't want to do. They sell offers, not hours, right? We offer a quote to a customer. The customer says yes. We take a deposit, keep it. Then the work is passed to somebody else. So I'm not selling hours, right? So the rich say, I want to get paid while I'm sleeping, when I'm traveling, when I'm with my kids, when I'm in church. Even when I'm doing nothing, I'd still like to get paid. That's not laziness, that's leverage. So the rich don't hustle harder, they actually build smarter. I'll say it again. The rich don't hustle harder, they build smarter, right? So, and one of the smartest business models right now, well, there's a few I like. I really like the bank business model, or what I call the what's that thrift store? Goodwill. The Goodwill business model, because they sell product to make money. Goodwill sells used goods. The banks sell money. but you actually give it to them for free. We donate the used goods to Goodwill for free. It costs them nothing. They sell it for a profit. We bring money to the bank for free. They give us no interest rate, nothing in return, and they sell the money. So that's a good business model. Another good business model is network marketing. I love it as long as you're with a good company. I know there's some bad companies, but the bad companies are the problem. I'm not in network marketing, but the system, the blueprint for network marketing is a great business model. And then I like the middleman business model, the one that I do. So what is the middleman business model? By the way, this is where everything changes for you if you understand this. The middleman CEO model is how you get paid up front. Don't do the service yourself. Don't need to be an expert. You just connect the customer with the service provider who do the work. That's it. So if you think about Uber doesn't drive cars. They connect riders and drivers. They're the middleman. If you think about Airbnb, they don't own homes. They just connect hosts and travelers. They're the middleman. See, I told you, this is not new. It's been done before to the tune of billions and billions of dollars. Not me. I just want to make $1 million a year with mine. That's cool. And you can do the same thing too. But they're the middleman. You do the same. You just do it locally and online. You're not going to be as big as Uber or other platforms. Neither am I. And that's fine. We just want to make a good amount of money so we don't have to worry about inflation and all that. I always say, look, if you make about $250 a year, inflation is not going to bother you. The price of gas and food, thing of the past. So, but you can do the same thing. You can, if you start a moving service like we have, you can be the middleman. If you start a cleaning service, you can be the middleman. If you start a landscaping, painting, roofing, junk removal, photography, DJ, website design, window cleaning, window tinting, vehicle detail, pressure washing, on and on and on, television mounting. These are all service businesses. Service businesses are there to be middleman. In fact, I love this model because as AI comes in and as cheap work around the world starts taking people's jobs here in America and around the world, especially the UK, you're safe because the companies you partner with are service businesses. Why are you safe? Because AI is not going to replace a mover. There's a move going on right now down the block. It ain't AI. There are physical movers out there moving, right? AI is not going to replace home cleaners who has to come in and clean your floors and walls. They're not going to replace that. AI is not going to replace junk removal, garage repair, website designers, painters, roofers, garage repair, hauling, junk removal. All that stuff's going to be there. But here's the key. We let them do the labor, not us. I'm glad that these labor jobs are safe. I still don't want to do the labor. Neither should you. So you'll pass the work to them. They'll do the labor. You just get paid. So you don't do the work. You connect the workers and you collect the deposit. That's all we do. So I've seen people go from broke to booked out, like just like that. Have students go from 0 to 10K per month in weeks. In weeks now, it always varies, depends on what industry you get into. If you get into something small like neighbor, like I don't know, like a DJ, kids party DJs, then you make $100 deposit, so it'd take you longer to get to 10 grand. But if you get into tree trimming, roofing, something like that, you know, even moving, where we take a minimum $150 every customer. After about 60 customers, we're already at 10K for the month. And, you know, you could do that in a week. But just giving you some examples. So let's talk about going from the pain of the system you've learned really quickly, and we're going to wrap this up, to the possibilities. And so you've been taught to survive. You've been taught to shrink or live below your means. You've been taught to settle and just ask for enough. But the truth is, you don't need more degrees. You don't need a big loan. You don't need to wait 10 years to live the life of your dream. You just need a model, a new mindset, and a mentor who's done it. And that's me. By the way, if you go to middlemanceo.com, you can instantly get into the masterclass. There's a masterclass, which is a do-it-yourself. And there's a masterclass VIP where you work with me. It's up to you which one you choose. Most people choose to work with me, of course. but that limits me on how many students I can have in the VIP. So I always say move quickly. So again, you don't need to do the work. You don't need to work more hours. You need to create an offer and get an automated system to collect the income. And that's what I teach you in the masterclass, working about 1 hour a week. So this is your exit ramp off the hamster wheel. Now, some of you, you're going to stay on it, but if you want off, get off. So are you ready? Okay, cool. Let's play the game right. So here's a question for you. Do you want to keep playing the broken game? Stay broke for the rest of my life? Do you want to keep playing that game? Or are you ready to play the game the rich play with leverage, systems, and freedom? We leverage other people's work, we build systems to get us paid, and we have complete freedom because we don't have a job. And if you're ready and you want to come to my free training, listen, I'm going to put a link in the first comment below, and I'm going to put a link in the video description below. Click that link, save that information so that you can get into that free training and register for the free live training. So I'm going to walk you through step by step how to build your blueprint for your business, because again, you're not lazy, you're not stupid. You've just been playing the wrong game, and now it's time to win, right? So let's get to it. I'm ready. I know you guys are ready and excited. I got some work I got to get into. By the way, the hardest work I do when I'm building a middleman business. What is the hardest thing I do? I don't know. Probably the hardest thing I do, because you don't build the website. If you work with me, we get all that done for you. You don't have to set up the systems. We get all that done for you. Uh, you don't have to find ISPs. We teach you how to get them to find you. Those are independent service pros who do the work. It's pretty easy. I guess the hardest thing you would do, and it's not even hard, is just choose which industry you want to get into. Do I want cleaning? Do I want moving? Do I want website design? What do I want to do? And that's probably the toughest thing, the hardest thing you do, and it ain't hard. And I teach you how to choose which one is best. So think about that, how exciting, how fun that could be. I know you guys are excited. I'm going to put the information down below. Click it, move quickly. Don't miss out. That could be your opportunity to change your life. And by the way, if you say no to this, then think of what you're saying yes to. The same struggle you've been in for years. Don't say yes to the struggle. Say yes to freedom this time. And not just for yourself, but for all those you love and care about. Your kids, your significant other, your dog, they want to spend more time with you. The reason they can't, because you're always at work. Time to leave work behind. You know that's not your calling. You know that's not your purpose, and it does not fulfill you. Time to leave that behind and move into the lane you belong in, the lane of the rich and the free. Okay? And you can do it. All right, guys, see you in the live training. If you have any questions about getting into the masterclass, you can email me at middlemanceoinfo@gmail.com. And if you're a go-getter and you're like, hey, I've heard enough, I want to work with you, teach me how to build this thing, then go to middlemanceo.com, click the VIP, because that's the one where you work with me, and I'll see you in the training. Have a wonderful, blessed day, guys. Peace.